Virginia. Hello, Mark. How are you?
Hey, Case, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. What's going on?
Hey, I just had a quick comment. A guy called in a little bit ago about giving Farrell a chance.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that guy's cheese is going to slid off his cracker. Farrell's been with the team for, 4 years, and he's had a feast or famine. 13 and 16, they had motivation. In between years, that was Farrell's job to motivate, and he hasn't done it. He doesn't play small ball, and he really does not do in-game management. I mean, it's time for a change. Right, wrong, or indifferent, he's not right for the club. The players don't respect him anymore.
Wait, let me ask you a couple of things, Mark, before you go anywhere. What tells you that they don't respect him anymore?
Well, when you look and you see Pomerantz, who, number one, should be arguing with anybody, he hasn't earned that right based on his performance, arguing in the dugout with him, or the reported incident where Petey was arguing with him in the dugout. I mean, if you're going to argue with the manager, you do that behind closed doors, you go down the hallway or something, not in the dugout in-game.
Yeah, but how do you know that? Look, I hear you and I understand what you're saying, but why isn't that just Drew Pomerantz not being a mature adult? Why is that Farrell's fault? Why does it have to do with lack of respect?
I absolutely am not putting all of that on Farrell because we have a nickname for Pomerantz that I prefer not to say in church.
Yeah, I have a feeling it rhymes with ants and something else. I have a feeling.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Pretty much, yeah, you're exactly right. So I'm not his biggest fan. I think it was both of them in that standpoint, but that was on Farrell to shut it down and not argue with him.
Yeah, look, I understand the idea of feeling that John Farrell maybe has gotten to a point where there's time for a change. And even though I don't believe that, and I wouldn't do it, I get the sentiment. I do. The problem I have is some of the other things that you say. Because we don't know that they don't have respect for him. Now, is it possible? It's sure, it's possible. But we have no idea based on what we've seen. We don't know that. We just don't. The other part that I have a problem with, and this is not you, this is everybody. This idea, well, he didn't motivate them in these other years. You had David Ortiz on the team. You had Dustin Pedroia on the team. Do you really think you needed John Farrell to give a rah-rah speech? This is not Hoosiers with Gene Hackman. This is not Any Given Sunday with Al Pacino. This is real life. These are human beings. So think about you and me. Now, we're not athletes, right? I have no athletic ability whatsoever. So I'm here. But I can guarantee you that I don't need to be motivated. Do you need to be motivated in what you do? If somebody gave you a speech, now it can help if times are down, your struggles, things happen. Sure, they cut your budget in your company, and somebody's got to sit there and get everybody back on board. They have the layoffs. At your company, you got to get everybody. Sure, absolutely, there are times. But the idea that we're going to take an entire season and we're going to say, well, it's John Farrell's job to motivate them. They're athletes getting to play a game, getting paid millions of dollars, and playing baseball. They should not need to be motivated. Now, could there be a game in the middle of the dog days in August? They're on a slouch, a streak where something needs to be said. It's possible. People think Joe Madden is one of the best managers in the game. I think he's one of the best managers in the game. And he tells me every year he's got a meeting at the end of spring training, he's a meeting after the All-Star break, and a meeting before the postseason, and that's it. Those are the only meetings he has the entirety of the whole season. You don't need that. You just don't need that.